This is a video on how to use the pen tool in Illustrator, and I'm going to do a simple trace of a silhouette. I found a silhouette of Mickey that I'm going to put on here, and then I'm going to zoom in. And then once I'm in the layer that the Mickey's on, I'm going to go to Appearance and Opacity. At that point, I'm going to change the opacity to about 50% so I can see what I'm doing when it gets to my pen tool. And then I'm going to say, okay, that looks good. Go back to my layers. On this layer, I'm going to go ahead and lock it so I don't, so make sure I'm not working on the layer with the image. And then I'm going to go to create a new layer. Then I'm going to be working on this layer. So I'm going to select my pen tool. I'm going to make sure that my fill color is transparent, which is the white box with a red line through it. And I'm going to make my stroke, which is the actual pen, a different color, maybe pink. And then I'm going to start in a spot that's maybe a corner, or if it's it could really be anywhere, but I'm just going to start here because it'll be easier. I'm going to click it one time and let go. And then I'm going to go along the path a little bit, click and hold it down, and then drag it until it looks like it's fitting along the path pretty well. Then I'm going to go along my path a little bit more. I'm clicking and holding it, and now I'm dragging. And then I'm going to go to this corner, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm clicking and dragging until it lines up. Now, whenever you go into like a right angle or it's going to change direction, I'm just going to click on this anchor point right here just once and let go. Then I'm going to go and click another place and drag. And whenever I'm using these little handles, that means I'm still holding down with the mouse. Then I let go. I'm going to click holding down with the mouse, and now I'm dragging until it lines up. If you find that it's like not along the path, then try to move along until it gets to the path again. Just take your time. If you mess up, you can always do Control Z to undo and go back to another one. Start again. Finally, I'm going to go on here. That's a little wonky. I can fix that in a minute. To change the direction again, I'm going to click Anchor. I'm going to click on this anchor again. Click on the anchor to change direction. Now I'm clicking and dragging, clicking and dragging, and then back up to this anchor point to connect the line. And then I see I've got a couple things where I'm out of sync with the picture that I'm tracing. At that point, I can use the direct selection tool to move certain anchors. Like I'm going to click on this anchor and then use my arrow tool, or my arrow on my keyboard. I can also grab this handle and kind of move it a little until it lines up better. Maybe I move this anchor over a little. And you just take your time with it. I think I'll move this a little bit. So that's pretty much it. I think basically you just need to take your time. This is something that you don't just do overnight, or the first time you do it, it's going to look a little bit funny. Once it looks pretty good to me here, I'm going to click on the regular selection tool. I'm going to click on it, the shape builder tool, and because this path is completely completed, it will let me make a shape out of it. If you find that you're trying to make your shape and it's not becoming like kind of mesh looking, then that means it's not a complete shape. So I'm going to click on that. So now I've got one shape. Then I can go back here to my selection tool, and now I can fill it a color that I like. And there's my picture that I just made, or my shape that I just made. And if you want to make sure you did it, so there it is.